Hey there, friends. Welcome back to the channel. Or if you're new here, hi. I'm so excited you've joined us today. I've been mulling over something lately that's been tugging at my heartstrings, something that might just flip the way you see your wild, chaotic, beautiful life. It's called slow living. Yep, you heard me right. The idea of living more by doing less. I know it sounds like a total curveball in a world obsessed with speed, hustle, and instant gratification. But what if slowing down could unlock a deeper, richer, more meaningful way to exist? Not just getting by, but truly thriving. Today, we're going on a deep dive together. We'll unpack how our crazy fast modern life might not be delivering the lasting happiness we're chasing, how slow living stands up to that madness, and how you can weave it into your packed schedule. I've got three big questions to explore. How can slow living improve your quality of life? What timeless philosophies back it up, and why do they hit so hard? And how do you even start applying it when life won't slow down? So grab your coffee, tea, maybe a snack, heck, make it a whole vibe and settle in. This is going to be a long, cozy chat, and I promise it'll leave you inspired to rethink your pace. Let's get into it. Let's paint the picture. It's 2025 and life is moving at warp speed. Think about your typical morning. The alarm jolts you awake, and before your feet even touch the floor, your brain's already racing. Emails piling up, meetings looming, that grocery list you swore you'd tackle, and oh no, did you forget to text your mom back? That's our reality now. We're in an era where speed is king, and honestly, it's wild how much we can do. You can order a burger delivered in 20 minutes flat, binge an entire season of your favorite show in a weekend, or shoot a message across the globe and get a reply before you've even poured your coffee. Technology's handed us convenience on a silver platter, food apps, streaming services, instant chats, and I'm not complaining. I mean, I'm the first in line cheering when DoorDash saves me on a rainy night, or when I can skip the store and have groceries dropped at my door. It's amazing, right? But here's the question that's been nagging at me. Does all this speed actually make us happier in the long run? Sure, we're getting more done, checking boxes left, right, and center, but are we really living more? I caught myself last week eating lunch while scrolling X, half listening to a podcast, and mentally drafting an email, all at the same damn time. I was productive as heck, but I wasn't there. I didn't taste the sandwich, didn't feel the moment. Life started feeling like a treadmill stuck on max, running, but not getting anywhere that feeds my soul. That's when slow living crept into my world, whispering a different way, a way that says maybe this frantic pace isn't the answer, and maybe, just maybe, slowing down could be. So what's this slow living thing all about? It's not about tossing your life out the window and moving to a cabin in the woods, though let's be real, some days that sounds like paradise. No, it's way simpler and more practical than that. Slow living is a reaction. A bold, quiet stand against the relentless rush of modern life. We're bombarded with this idea that we need to go faster, do more, be more, that our worth is tied to how busy we are, how many plates we can spin without crashing. But slow living flips the script. It's about saying, hold up, I'm done with the chaos. I'm going to live on my terms, at my pace, and I'm going to soak in every second of it. It's built on three core pillars: simplicity, balance, and mindfulness. Small words, massive impact. Imagine waking up and skipping the email plunge to just sit with your thoughts for 10 minutes, feeling the quiet stretch out like a gift. Or picture cooking dinner, not because you're starving, but because you want to hear the garlic sizzle, feel the knife slice through fresh basil, taste something you poured your heart into. That's the vibe. It's not about doing nothing. It's about doing what matters, fully and intentionally. Think of sitting on your porch with a mug of tea, watching the leaves drift down, and not beating yourself up for wasting time. Or standing at a concert, ditching the phone to let the music hit you like a wave. Slow living is a pushback against a society that's forgotten how to breathe, a way to reclaim your time, your peace, your joy. And here's the best part. This isn't some fleeting trend. It's rooted in wisdom that's been around for centuries, waiting for us to listen. All right, let's dive into that first big question. How can slow living improve your quality of life? Buckle up, because this is where it gets good. First off, it's like hitting the clarity jackpot. When you're not drowning in a sea of to-dos, you can finally see what's worth your energy. It's like decluttering a messy closet. Suddenly, there's space for the good stuff. Your relationships, your health, that hobby you've been promising yourself you'd pick up again. A couple of weeks ago, I grabbed a notebook, no plan in mind, and just sat there, scribbling out what I really wanted from my days. Spoiler alert, it wasn't more Zoom calls or inbox ping pong. That moment of stillness was like wiping fog off a window. Everything got sharper, brighter, and I felt lighter than I had in months. Second, it's a stress assassin. Science backs this up. When you're always rushing, your body's pumping cortisol, that sneaky stress hormone that keeps you wired, anxious, and eventually burned out. Slow living hands you a permission slip to rest, to recharge, to stop apologizing for needing a break. Last Sunday, I said nope to my phone and spent an hour with a jigsaw puzzle. 500 tiny pieces, no deadlines, just me and a table. My brain felt like it went on a tropical vacation, and I didn't even need a plane ticket. And third, this one's my favorite, it makes you present. How many times have you been talking to someone you love, but your mind's already racing ahead to the next thing? Or you're out in nature, but too busy snapping pics to actually look around? Slowing down yanks you back into the moment. I took my dog for a walk last week, no earbuds, no distractions, and it was pure magic. She sniffed every blade of grass like it was buried treasure. The air smelled like rain, and I felt this quiet, buzzing joy I'd been missing. I started noticing other little things too, like the way my kids' laugh lights up a room or how the sunset paints the sky in colors I can't even name. The fast life gives you quick hits, those dopamine zaps from a delivery or a like, but they fade fast. Slow living trades that for something deeper, something that sticks, less chaos, more calm, and a life that feels alive in your bones. Now, let's tackle the second question. What philosophies support slow living, and why do they matter? This isn't some shiny new TikTok hack. Smart people have been preaching this for centuries, and their words still hit hard. First up, we've got Henry David Thoreau, the original slow living legend. Back in the 1840s, he said, "See ya to society," moved to a cabin by Walden Pond, and wrote this gem. "I went to the woods because I wished to live deliberately, to front only the essential facts of life, and see if I could not learn what it had to teach." He wasn't just hanging out with the squirrels, he was stripping life down to its bones. Nature, quiet, purpose. He believed the hustle of his time, factories, railroads, all that noise, was drowning out what really mattered, and he wanted to prove you could live well with less. Then there's Epicurus, this ancient Greek guy who was all about the good life, but not the flashy kind. He meant simple pleasures, a meal with friends, a walk in the garden, a mind at ease. He saw chasing endless desires as a trap, buy this, achieve that, and said true happiness comes from appreciating what's already in your hands. And don't sleep on Arthur Schopenhauer. He was a bit of a grump, I'll give you that. But he nailed it when he said life swings between boredom and suffering unless you stop chasing the next shiny thing and find peace in the present. These aren't just dusty old quotes. They're a lifeline in our modern mess. We're conditioned to think happiness is out there, in the next job, the next vacation, the next gadget. But these thinkers say, nope, it's right here, in the quiet, in the simple, in the deliberate. Thoreau lived it by escaping the bustle. Epicurus taught it by cherishing the small joys. Schopenhauer warned us about the endless chase. They matter because they're a wake-up call, a reminder that the fast life's promises are hollow, and real peace comes from slowing down. In a world shouting, go, 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 their voices cut through, urging us to pause and reclaim what's ours. All right, time for the third question. How do you apply slow living in today's busy world? I totally get it. Between work, kids, bills, and that laundry pile that's basically a roommate now, slowing down sounds like a fantasy. But here's the secret. You don't need a blank slate, just intention and a few tweaks. Start by simplifying your schedule. Grab your calendar and get ruthless. Ask, what can I cut? That Zoom call you dread? Skip it. That extra errand? It can wait till Tuesday. Shorten those commitments that don't spark joy. Say no to the energy vampires, yes to what lights you up. I did this last month, axed a pointless meeting, and suddenly had an hour to just sit with my thoughts. Game changer. Next, dial back the tech grip. I'm not anti-phone, I'd be lost without Google Maps. But try carving out tech-free zones. No screens at dinner. Last week, I actually talked to my family instead of scrolling, and it felt like a mini reunion. Or an hour of quiet before bed, I swapped doom scrolling for a book, and it was like a warm hug from the universe. Create space for stillness. 5 minutes in the morning, no noise, just you and a cup of coffee, letting your mind wander. Pick one thing a day to do slowly. Yesterday, I made coffee from scratch, grinding the beans, watching the steam curl up, savoring every sip. It took 15 minutes instead of 5, and it was pure bliss, like a mini meditation. Step outside, walk instead of drive, even if it's just to the mailbox. Feel the sun on your face, hear the birds chirping. It's free therapy, no appointment needed. And reflect. Take 5 minutes at night to jot down what felt good. A laugh with a coworker, a sunset that stopped you in your tracks, a perfect bite of pizza. Last week, I had a jam-packed day, deadlines, calls, the works, but I stole 10 minutes to sit on my porch, watching clouds drift by. That tiny pause was like hitting reset. I felt human again. You don't need hours of free time, just little pockets of slow, carved out with purpose. It's not about perfection, it's about taking back your life, one deliberate step at a time. Let's zoom out for a sec. Why does this even matter so much right now? Look around. We're more connected than ever, but lonelier too. We've got tools to save time, but we're busier than ever. I was chatting with a friend the other day. She's a mom, works full time, and she said, "I can't remember the last time I just sat still without feeling guilty." That hit me hard. We're so wired to keep going that we've forgotten how to stop. But here's the thing. That guilt, it's a lie. You're not lazy for wanting to breathe. You're human. Slow living isn't just a nice idea. It's a lifeline. It's a way to fight back against a culture that's turned us into productivity machines. I tried it myself recently, turned off my phone for a whole Saturday. No emails, no notifications, just me, a book, and a long walk. At first, I felt twitchy, like I was missing something, but by the end, I felt full. Not empty, not drained, but full. That's what slow living offers, a chance to feel whole again. And if Thoreau could ditch the chaos of the 1840s, if Epicurus could find joy in bread and friends, if Schopenhauer could see through the noise, then we can too. We've got to, because this fast life, it's not sustainable, and deep down, we know it. So here's my challenge to you, friends. Give slow living a shot this week. Not because it's a breeze, it's a muscle you build, but because you deserve it. The fast life might promise quick fixes, a buzz from a delivery, a high from a win, but those fade. Slow living delivers something real, something lasting. Thoreau, Epicurus, Schopenhauer, they saw it. Happiness isn't out there in the next big thing or the next Amazon box. It's right here, in the quiet moments, the simple joys, the choices you make to feel alive. This isn't about running from life. It's about running toward it, arms wide open, ready to soak it all in. So drop a comment below. What's one way you're going to slow down this week? I can't wait to read your stories. If this sparks something in you, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and share this with someone who needs a little calm in their storm. Thanks for hanging out with me today. You're the real MVPs. Take it slow, friends, and I'll see you in the next one.